The woman looks up as you approach.
What do you need?
Agora nós vamos roubar lá o lagartão. Acho que não dá pra roubar o cara mais de uma vez.
50 bottles of tears over. Make the hinges rust.
Hallowed is the house of war.
No one tells me there are so many children in this Fort Joy.
You are quite safe. I am so glad.
You go. You survive the...
Hallowed is the house of war.
Provocar. Isso aqui é muito roubado, cara. Meu Deus do céu, cara. Que viagem isso aqui, cara. Ah, eu acho que se eu aparecer lá com isso aqui, o cara... Vai praticar mais dele.
Will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers left? Yet so quickly we find Source so dangerous. What in his death caused it? So the Voidwoken are attracted to Source. But why? When another divine arises, will Source change back? What if there are no sorcerers left? And why hasn't Alexander risen yet?
Oh, 10 bottles of mead, oh, 1,000 bottles of dust, 50 bottles of tears, oh, make the hinges rust.
Ah, no lagarto. Nós vamos fazer isso. Nós vamos...
Oh, 10 bottles of mead, oh, 1,000 bottles of dust, 50 bottles of tears, oh, make the hinges rust.
What if there are no sorcerers? Yet so quickly we find Source so dangerous. What in his death?
Ah, que não tem espaço para provocar.
When another divine arises, will Source change back? What if there are no sorcerers? Why hasn't Alexander?
10 bottles of mead, or 1,000 bottles of dust, 50 bottles of tears, oh, make the
Peraí, qual
hinges
que tá? Ah,
rust.
tá atacando. Investida.
When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers left?
Ainda tem
Yet
espaço
so
pra
quickly, we
investida.
find source so dangerous.
Alejar, ataque
What in his
giratório.
death caused it? So the Voidwoken are attracted to source. But why? When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers left? And why hasn't Alexander risen yet?
Oh, 10 bottles of mead, oh, 1,000 bottles of dust, 50 bottles of tears, oh, make the hinges rust.
When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers left? Yet so quickly, we find source so dangerous. What in his death caused it?
E esse tiozão aqui não vai dar pra roubar.
I hope you love your bell, my friend. Its chimes help you find what you seek, or help what you seek find you.
Finally kicked the bucket this in. Didn't think I'd miss his grumbling and boasting, but spirit like that leaves a big hole when it's snuffed out. Rest his soul.
Alguém com polimorfia? Bora, cara, já matei todo mundo. Vamos pra Puente. Ah. Ele não precisa disso, não precisa disso aqui também. Ah, pronto. Aqui. É por isso que tá com ela, essas luvas. Não. As luvas. Depois eu mudo isso aqui. Ah, o 5 deu mais um de furtividade. Essa. Tá dando ainda. 20 de destreza.
The Red Prince interrupts as you're about to speak.
This woman is a dreamer. I can see the answers spinning in her eyes. Do rest your legs for a bit while I question her. You're too kind.
Red Prince and the Dreamer exchange courteous pleasantries, as if they're finding themselves in a palace hall instead of a death-ridden swamp. She introduces herself as Bahara. To your surprise, they next lie down on the ground in a seemingly warm embrace and fall asleep. What follows, though, is far from peaceful. They claw and thrash as if struggling for dear life, caught in the hold of some hideous nightmare. Then they wake, haggard, exhausted. They speak of a vision, Brahmos, and another red lizard.
Praise the daylight. I am now. There was death in that dream, chasing me like 100 hungry lions. But at least I've new directions. When we escape and find ourselves on the mainland once more, I must search for Brahmos the Wanderer. Then I will finally know the truth, the very secret of my soul.
Be welcome. You are fortunate to have found this place. The hollow marshes swallow life and regurgitate only the dead. My name is Bahara. Like you, I am a sorcerer. But unlike you, I am also a faithful servant of Amadia. Praised be her name, and praised be her starlit eyes. Commendable. And yet she is the most mysterious of the seven. Despite your perusals, no doubt that tome taught you little. So please allow me to enlighten you. Amadia is the Great Mother. She is the goddess in whose womb magic was conceived, from whose sacred body immortal wizards were born. Gratiana, her priestess in this sanctuary, is teaching me her ways. For several years now, I've been her disciple, but she has resided here for centuries, sustained by Amadia's love. I am forbidden to leave my watch, and there is no need for formality. Gratiana will receive you as you are. You'll soon find her. She never strays far from the statue of our goddess. It is the laboratory of a lunatic. A place removed from mercy and sanity where mad Brachus Rex would experiment to his dark heart's content. There are ruins in the marshes, stonework vultures that perch above the king's long-buried treasure. But his is not a treasure of gold, ruby, and sapphire. It is a treasure of death. Weapon. The nights here are long and lonely, but I often listen to my mistress Gratiana speak of days long gone, the heydays of Brachus Rex. Perhaps she will tell you her tales as well. My knowledge is but a pond. Gratiana's is the sea. It is the sea you should speak to. The guests, they call themselves seekers. They're brave people, and friends to sorcerers. But you'll find them a battered band here today, brought low by bloody battle. Magisters, of course. Who else? The Seekers came here to rescue a sorcerer from the fort. They failed. Many fell. They've heard the Shrieker's shriek. I thank the goddess I'm not haunted by their sound. To know one's fate is to be fearless. I reside in Amadia's palm. I am hers to shield or hers to crush, and in that knowledge, I am content. Have you never heard of them? From the tales they tell of Brachus Rex? They were living weapons, made of flesh and reared in torture. The pain they endured was so terrible, their screams turned to solid lightning. Turns out the tales are true. The Magisters dug deep and returned these horrors to the surface. They knew him to be God-woken. They sought to kindle the divinity slumbering deep within his soul. But Alexander bears no rivals. Only the son can follow the father, or so he is convinced. For him, divinity. For the others, the dungeons. It is truly harrowing to know this man seeks to be the Seven's chosen. As you wish. Haunted quagmires is what they are, and what is mired in them is madness. Brachus Rex. He went too far. Source was never meant to be harnessed in weapons. May Amadia curse his soul for turning creation into destruction.
You tried your best, Hal. I'm glad you're safe now.
We aren't really safe here, are we?
So long as the arrows returns,
Hello, stranger.
rest, Jules.
The dishevelled pair eye you with hope, though their hope is tinged with mistrust. The lizard gasps as she notices the marks left on your neck by the source collar. She steps towards you.
You've come from Fort Joy. Can I ask if... Did you happen to meet a man named Gareth on your way here through the swamp? Oh, what news? Please, you must tell Exeter at once. We've been waiting for Gareth's return for so long now. Quick! Quick!
A grim-faced man sifts through a pile of badly damaged weapons, salvaging the repairable, ditching the broken. He picks up a rapier, the blade nicked and splintered, the hilt twisted. He holds the damaged blade up to the light.
This was Halorn's blade. It was his first. It was also his last. He didn't intend to die here, but die here he did. He was an ordinary soul with an extraordinary heart, Halorn, and he died for what he believed.
Please, Armadi, bless and protect your humble servant. Please, Armadi, bless and protect your humble servant. Please, Armadi, bless and protect your humble servant.
Caraca, tem muita skill maneira, velho.
What did Halorn believe in? He believed in truth. He believed in hope. He believed that Alexander is a killer of Godwoken. I believe that on one point at least, he was right.
The point breaks away, leaving a jagged edge. The sword is shorter now, but it'll do more damage.
Who are you?
He realizes, to his surprise, that he holds the weapon in his hand, ready for battle. He smiles to himself, tucks the weapon away, and gets back to work.
More junk. Martha's axe looks serviceable.
The sky. The seven watch o'er us. You're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Before you stands a figure, her body wreathed in cloth. All you can see of her eyes are two dark holes in an ornate mask.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Ah, meu filho, sério.
Wished bonny barn, now don't you cry.
Armadia's blessings, child. I have not seen this face in our sanctuary before. Pray, who are you?
I sincerely believe you. Well, stranger, you may always make a home here.
I am Gratiana, priestess of Armadia. It is a privilege to welcome you to her sanctuary from Brachus's vile swamps.
She pauses for a moment before answering.
We must always strive to help those who suffer. For many years I did not understand that simple truth. For many more, I have tried to right the wrongs of my past.
Despite the mask, you can feel her expression harden.
Time is a river, ever slipping by. It does no good to mourn what's gone before, only to appreciate where the current carries us. In this place I can worship the goddess Armadia and help those who come to me for aid. I live a good life. The person that I was is dead.
The woman freezes in place and starts to stutter.
It was nothing. Simply a turn of phrase. Nothing more. You know nothing. Nothing of my life. Nothing of the things I've seen. Nothing of the things I've done.
She turns away from you in a swirl of robes. As your hand wraps around her arm, your fingers squeeze down not on skin and flesh, but on solid bone. Through her robes, you can feel that she's nothing but a skeleton.
No! Don't touch me! Let me go!
She pulls her arm out of your hands with a jerk.
From you, simple fool! Do you think any tolerate a death's hand coming to aid them? I tried to help so many, but all screamed, all fought, all drove me away. This mask is the last vestige of humanity that remains. The only thing that renders me fair to my people. I thought you, of all people, would understand that.
She stares at you for a moment before looking away, turning back to the face of the goddess.
There are more important stories than mine. The Seekers, the Magisters, these are the tales of this world. Surviving as best they can. They were hit hard by the Magisters.
She glances towards the girl sitting on a stool nearby, gently rocking back and forth.
It's taken its toll. They arrived wounded, but since their leader has disappeared into the swamps, they are truly broken. Their leader, Gareth, also demanded that I must do something. I argued against it, but he was very insistent. I told him of Brachus's cache of soul-forged weapons, arms not even the Shriekers could stand against. He ventured out to find them, but has not returned. I fear for these souls, if he has come to any harm in the marsh. Without the wands he seeks, not one will escape this island. He set off north, to the ruins of Brachus's source armory, but there is no way to know what he found there, even if he survived the swamps. Walk ever in Armadia's grace, child.
The seven watch o'er us. We're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and
Please,
rest
Armadi.
your head.
Bless and protect your humble servant. Smoke and screams. Echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
A young man in oversized armor paces around a table covered with a spread of maps, his face a tight scowl of frustration.
Wished, bonny bairn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed.
Smoke and screams.
So close your sweet
Echoes
eyes
of death.
and rest your wee head.
Gareth, please come back.
Não tem interesse em polimorfia, cara.
Please, Armadi, bless and protect your humble servant.
Wished, bonny bairn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Every approach blocked. Oh, damn it! What good are battle tactics against those things anyway?
He glances up. In quick succession, he becomes aware of both your presence and the fact that you're not a familiar face.
Who the blazes are you? funny. On the run from Fort Joy, are you? A seeker can always recognize a sorcerer when they see one. You meant Verdus? Then he's as good as dead. We're the seekers he spoke of. We were supposed to free him. Instead, we've failed him. You, a Godwoken? Surely not. Though if Verdus said so, you could be important. But there's no way to be certain until we've left this blasted island behind us.
The young man anxiously fidgets with his curved bow. You've found a matter close to his heart, evidently.
That's easier said than done, I'm afraid. Much easier said. The Magisters have us cornered. They have these weapons called Shriekers. If we try to go against them unprepared, we're dead. We've lost many already. There's weapons, ancient devices that can counter those things. Our leader, Sir Gareth, set out to find them so we could break the Magister blockade and escape this island. But he hasn't returned. If Sir Gareth doesn't come back with those weapons in tow, well, this island will be our grave.
The young man throws a furtive glance towards the shrine looming out of the water nearby, then leans into...
The masked priestess, Gratiana. She gave us shelter here and told Sir Gareth how to stop the Shriekers. Sir Gareth? He's the finest seeker I know. I'm honored to serve as his squire. You'll help us.
His shoulders visibly relax, the weighty armor upon them settling with a clink.
Thank you. Allies are in short supply in this place. If you help us, I promise we'll get you as far away from this place as possible. Please, ask. Whatever helps. We came to free an elf called Verdus from Fort Joy. He was a Godwoken. He could have been the next divine, but we failed him. The Magister flagship, the Lady Vengeance, she's anchored at the old harbour. Once the way is clear, we're to take her and get the hell out of here.
Gareth, please come back.
Entendi como... Eu não preciso voltar lá para pegar técnicas de...
Your sweet eyes, rest in
Amidst the placid little pond rivulet stream, you feel peaceful in her presence, soothed somehow by an intangible comfort. As you gaze upon her loving face, you find yourself drawn. A voice seems to reach you from within your mind and from the furthest reaches of the stars. Its whispers caress you like a breeze. The voice grows stronger, like a breeze picking up what were whispered.
My children, my children. Gone are my children. Dead are they in the cradle I have ruled.
A feeling of indescribable sadness assails you. It feels like your heart merges with the spirits, torn together by a coil of thorns.
My child, my child. Weep with me for the mother who has lost. Weep with me.
You feel the goddess's presence surround you. Feel her nestle you tenderly, like a mother. The thing stirs deep within. It is pleased to hear your resolve, but Amadi's reaction is different. You can feel her loving hold slipping away from you, recoiling as if in anger.
My child, my child.
As suddenly as it came, the voice is gone, and you wake from its presence as if from dream-filled slumber. The pond becomes engulfed in a bloody mist that enshrines an augur-like silence.
What's happening? Goddess, what's wrong? Please, speak to your priestess.
The goddess's tears still stream freely, and all...
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death.
By all the hells! What happened? She has never reacted with such rage. Please, I must meditate on this.
The goddess's tears still stream freely. An aura of immutable dread permeates the moist, gaping air.
Please, Armadio, bless and protect your humble servant. Smoke and screams.
The goddess's tears still stream freely. An aura of immutable dread permeates the moist,
The seven watch o'er us. You're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Would know what to do.
Ué.
Hello again, child. What brings you here? Go in Armadia's grave.
If this is all we have, we're done for.
Amidst the placid rivulets stream from her deep set up, you feel peaceful in her presence, soothed somehow by an intangible comfort. As you gaze upon her loving face, you find yourself drawn. A voice seems to reach you from within your mind and from the furthest reaches of the stars. Its whispers caress you like a breeze. The voice grows stronger, like a breeze picking up. What were whispers become words.
My children, my children. Gone are my children. Dead are they in the cradle I have ruled.
A feeling of indescribable sadness assails you. It feels...
My child, weep with me for the mother who has lost. Weep with me.
You feel the goddess's presence surround you. Feel her nestle you tenderly, like a mother.
Fain, Fain, Fain the brave, Fain the savior.
The intensity of her embrace deepens. Never since the unremembered days of childhood have you been so enveloped in maternal safety.
My child, I love you. My own, my own. I will guard you.
You feel yourself shine with an inner light, rejuvenated and pure, as if born anew.
The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven will show us you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes, rest.
Hello again, child. What brings you here? We must always strive to help those who suffer. For many years I did not understand that...
Despite the mask,
time is a river. In this place I can worship the goddess Armadia, and...
The woman freezes in place.
It was nothing. Simply a turn of phrase. Nothing more. Armadia is the blessed mother of magic. All that use it. This is her shrine. You look concerned, my child. Are you quite well?
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death.
It was not always thus. This swamp was once a rich, lush land before he came. Before Brachus. He is no more. Thank the goddess. It has been many centuries since he walked Rivalon, although he still casts a shadow over this. He ruled this realm as a tyrant and beast. He stole its source and left only death. On this island he built and tested his weapons. These marshes were a playground for he and his necromancers. Many unfortunate souls were brought here. Blessed were those who died quickly, or died at all. Brachus left many restless souls here. He twisted this land into what you see today. Indeed, the Magisters have even taken Brachus's worst tools. First, the purging ones, and now those shriekers. Without something more powerful than these sticks the Seekers are armed with, those crucified monstrosities will kill them to a man. The fool ran into the swamps. He pestered me for aid against the shriekers, and when I finally told him of a cache of Brachus's soul-forged weapons, he rushed away to find it. A bold move, but ill-advised. Unless he returns with weapons enough, I fear none of these Seekers will leave this island with air in their lungs. Gladly, but I fear you'll fare no better than the Seeker. North of here you'll find the ruins of Brachus's source armory. Nothing in this land can counter the Shrieker's power like those weapons. Without them, the Seekers are truly hopeless. Walk ever in Armadia's...
Echoes of death.
Wished Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry.
Gareth,
Please, Armadia,
please come back.
The
bless
birds are asleep,
and protect
the
your
moon's
humble
in the sky.
servant.
The seven will show us you're safe in bed.
Armadia's grace.
A dwarf stands by a young woman. He seems intensely focused on her, whispering and singing softly in her ear. She's staring blankly into space.
Blood and bone. Fire and smoke.
Hush now, Leia. They'll not hurt you again. You're safe now. Once Gareth gets back, we're going home. You'll see. He'll be fine.
The woman rubs her neck, raking her nails across her skin as she whimpers. The dwarf starts at the sound of your voice, gripping the woman's arm for a moment before he relaxes.
New faces. Hope you weren't bushwhacked by the Magisters too. As for her neck, she's remembering the damnable source collar she once wore. Lucky for us, she had the skills to remove them. There's many a sorcerer that's been freed thanks to her.
The dwarf smiles, his eyes filling with warmth as he looks at Leia.
Aye, we are at that.
He strokes her hair as Leia leans her forehead against his shoulder, muttering quietly about Gareth.
Bless and protect your humble servant.
Now that's a kindness. Thank you, friend.
A dwarf stands by...
Blood and bone.
Hush now, Leia. Once Gareth gets...
The woman rubs her neck, raking her nails across her skin as she whimpers. As you hum, her rocking slows. She starts to fall in with the rhythm of your voice. She moves in time to your song, grinning widely.
And protect your humble servant.
She reaches over to take your hand and looks into your eyes.
You're a really special person.
Maybe we should fortify this place.
Waiting for Gareth to come back.
The dwarf stares at you, his mouth agape.
I've never seen her react like that to anyone but Gareth. You're a miracle worker, and no mistake.
Please, Armada. Bless and protect.
Howling dogs and men. Friends silently screaming through stitched mouths.
He puts his arm around her as she starts to sob.
She's delicate at the best of times. I asked Simone for something to help her relax, but Gareth, if we didn't need her to remove Urda's collar, she'd be safe somewhere far from here. And now the rescue's scuppered. It were all for nothing. What do you think, Leia? Can you help?
She looks nervously at you and reaches her hands out towards your neck. You feel the collar slowly twist on your neck. After some time, with a creak of tortured metal, it snaps and falls broken from your neck.
Lucian be praised. She's not tried to use her powers once since Gareth left. That were really something.
Gareth would know what to do.
We were part of the caravan headed to Fort Joy. Shiny collars and all. Gareth and the Seekers ambushed the caravan and freed us. Saved every... But now he's off searching for weapons to take down them Shriekers. And all we can do is sit here, thinking about the Godwoken we didn't save.
Please, Armada. Bless
From fragments to whole.
your humble.
From their past to our future. From their hope to ours.
She ain't detailed, but she ain't wrong. The Godwoken are our hope that a new divine can be born. Someone to replace Lucian and push back them Voidwoken. Someone to restore order and protect the source. I'd speak to Exeter if you want to know more. There's ways, but I ain't privy to them. One thing I do know, mind. The Voidwoken have their number. They react to Godwoken like no one else.
Barking dogs in wolves' clothing. Teeth in the sea. Teeth in the swamp. Teeth in the air.
Aye, there's enough of them about. But don't you worry none. Gareth will be back soon. Then we'll be home in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. We were part of the caravan headed to... But now he's off searching for weapons to take...
The dwarf starts to sing softly.
Please, Armada. Bless and protect your humble servant.
Wisht, bonny bairn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The 7 watch o'er us, you're safe in bed.
Smoke and screams.
So close your sweet eyes
Echoes of
and
death.
rest your wee head.
Gareth, please come back. Bless and protect your humble servant.
A dwarf stands by a
Blood and
Hush now, lady. Once Gareth.
The woman rubs her neck, raking her nails across her skin as she whimpers. A dwarf stands by a young...
blood and bone.
Hush now, Leia. Once Gareth gets back.
The woman rubs her neck.
Wished, Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry.
A young man in oversized armor paces around a table covered with...
Every approach blocked. Oh, damn it. What?
He glances up. In quick succession, he becomes aware of both your presence and...
Who the blazes are you? A sorcerer. Indeed. A seeker can always recognize a sorcerer when they see one. You met Verdus. Oh, then he's as good as dead. We're the seekers, he's you, a godwoke. You could be important, but there's no way to be certain until we've...
The young man...
That's easy. The Magisters have us cornered. They have there's weapons. Ancient but he hasn't returned. If Sir Gareth doesn't come back with those weapons in tow, well...
The young man throws a furtive...
The masked priest,
His
Thank you. Allies are... Please, ask. Whatever helps. The Magister flagship, the Lady Vengeance, she's anchored at the old harbour. None.
Can you hear me? Mateys, let me change your dressing.
Stop fidgeting, lad.
I will not be a burden.
The lizard holds a crimson-soaked rag against his side. He looks up as you approach, his expression oddly serene.
Take the pain away.
Magisters, they found our camp near the old harbour and unleashed hell upon us. I'm lucky in a way. I was wounded by an arrow. It wasn't just sword and spear the Magisters used on us. No, they had these weapons. Living beings, depleted of source and crucified, pathetic to look at until... the power that they unleashed. There was nothing we could do. Only run. Shriekers they're called. I can still hear that sound they uttered.
Sir Gareth is looking for a way to defeat them now. Let us hope he finds it.
The lizard holds a crimson-soaked rag against his side.
Magisters, they found our camp near the old harbour and... Oh, trust me.
Sir Gareth is looking for a...
The young woman chews her lower lip as she observes the injured before her.
Take the pain away. Stop fidgeting, lad.
She bends to grab a rag, wiping her blood-smeared hands.
If you're looking for healing, sorcerer, well, there's not much I can do.
The woman wrings the blood-stained rag in her hands anxiously.
Magisters aren't known for their mercy. Many of us died. And the ones here will likely follow the same fate, by a slower road. The Magisters sank our ship. Then we ran into more of them on the shore. They had these shrieker monstrosities. They're these wretched beings mounted on crucifixes. They nearly wiped us out with a single blow. We fled. Those of us who still could. I've done all I can. Their wounds are too great. All I can offer them now is prayer and a cup of water. If you know a way, I'd be beyond grateful. few hours ago, that might have helped. Look at their pallor. Only magic can pull them. Magic? All I've got is my own two hands, and...
She trails off and limply gestures to her paltry...
I'm not even a healer. Ours was killed in the attack. I'm just a cook. Do what you will.
The young woman chews her lower lip as she observes the injured before she bends to grab...
If you're looking for healing, sorcerer, well, there's not much I can do.
The woman rings...
Magisters aren't known for their mercy. Many of us died. And the ones here will likely follow the same fate. The Magisters, they're these wretched beings mounted on crucifixes. I've done all I can. Their wounds are too great. All I can offer them, if you know a way, I'd be beyond grateful. Magic?
She trails...
I'm not even a healer. Ours was killed a few hours... Do what you will. Mateys, let me change your dressing.
I'm fine.
You healed me. How did you... Oh, never mind. I don't care how. I only care that today won't be my last. I don't remember much.
Yes, Jules.
I barely had time to realize the Magisters were attacking before I was injured. The last those Magisters are gonna pay in blood for what they did to us.
If my mother were here, she'd box my ears for not being able to thank you properly. Though I reckon that walloping from the Reds was punishment enough. Thank you.
You brought him back from the brink. Thank you. Mateys, let me change your dressing.
I will not be a burden. Leave me be.
In an instant, my wounds have all but vanished. I didn't think. I was certain I wouldn't. Thank you. The Magister flagship. It has ballast that tore our ship into kindling. A shard from our own mast pierced my side. I'm lucky the others managed to haul me all the way here. Especially after I saw what the Magisters did to those of us they captured.
He shudders at the memory.
They turned the living into shriekers. I wish I had a fitting way to thank the person who saved my life. As it is, all I can offer is, well, it's...
Please, heal them all.
Water, please. Water.
Healed? Healed? We are fortunate indeed to have you.
You've healed us. All of us. I owe you a debt. We all do.
He lands a comradely slap on your back. His strength has definitely returned.
Don't you doubt it. This old war serpent's still got some fight left in him, especially now that wound is healed. The Magisters attacked our camp back at the harbour. I caught one of their arrows right in my side. That would have been a slow death. I've seen it before.
My strength is returning. I'll be able to fight again soon.
Please come back.
He works fast, checking weapons.
The blade is thirsty. Now, what nice doing business with you. I wish I had better wares to offer.
Please, our Majesty, bless and protect your humble